actually to give you some news today about the man standing over that booth over there, Mr. Buchla. And just a tiny bit of history, which many of you know, 50 plus years ago or around there, Don Buchla and Robert Moog were co-inventing the analog synthesizer. Don on the West Coast and Bob on the East Coast. And they were going along happily, creating all of their wonderful inventions. And at one point, Bob got the idea and said that, you know, I'm going to put a keyboard on this thing. And Don Buchla said, not going to do that. And for the next 50 or so years, Don set about providing our industry with some of the most incredibly expressive and innovative and remarkable instruments that still in use today, with unique interfaces and just tremendous technology behind them. One of the instruments that really became legendary with in association with Don is the 200E series synthesizer. And about that synthesizer, Bob Moog, our long and dear departed friend, when he saw the 200E, he said, Buchla instruments have consistently set the standards for innovative musician interfaces. The panel layouts are nothing short of elegant, while the underlying functions are the most advanced and musically rich that are available today. And we're happy to announce that that's going to continue. So that actually brings us to our first announcement today, and that is to report that Don will in fact be continuing to provide our industry with a series of unique and powerful and musically expressive instruments, unlike any others that are available. And, so that's announcement number one. And announcement number two is to announce that, to enable Don to continue, that the company Buchla & Associates has been purchased by a new company that is now being known as Buchla Electronic Musical Instruments. And that company, which Don will remain the Chief Technology Officer, he will be continuing to event and be actively involved at all levels. That company is designed really to support Don through the future with his efforts in terms of the resources to do the development, engineering resources, logistical resources, sales and marketing resources, basically whatever it takes to continue Don's vision, but to actually go to the next level, to get to a next generation of instruments, a next level of user interface, a next level of outreach to musicians and accessibility, and putting Buchla instruments in the hands of as many musicians as possible. So I'd like to introduce three of the new company principal directors. We're using the official Australian term. We have Louis Chiodo right here, Danny Olish, and John Fuller. And so they're the folks, and I'll be sticking my nose in a few things here and there as well as we go along. Pardon me while I bring up some notes. Anyway, so the story is basically that, like I say, we've got the new company. We'll be supporting Don in the future of his endeavors, and the first of which right now is actually right to it, and that is the new Skylab, which is a mini modular 200 system. It's a 10-panel system sitting here. The thing that makes this particular instrument rather unique is that it's, first off, it's comprised of a number of hand-picked modules that Don picked out specifically to put the most power in the smallest package that he could for the musicians. And the goal was to have a really highly portable system, so something that not only give people the expressive power of a Buchla synth, but they could actually carry around with them, stick in this handy-dandy little blue tote bag, and carry it on an airplane. Actually go into the carry-on bag, sit in an overhead bin, and be able to take it with you wherever you go, and not be worried about giant modular systems. And that hence the name Skylab, because we're flying around with it. Anyway, the Skylab has actually a unique feature to it, different from all other 200 series systems, is that when it folds up, which we have here, you can see that the patch cables are actually stay inside the instrument, so you don't have to unplug the cables, fold up, you can set up your patches and keep that way. So for a traveling, gigging musician, they simply get off the plane, take the synth out of the bag, and they're ready to go without having to worry about all the hookup. And as if that wasn't cool enough, as a show special, we're introducing the Skylab with a $1,000 discount between now and the end of February. This year happens to be February 29th, so it's an extra shopping day. And so anyway, so we're kicking it off with that, and we'd like to tell you that there are going to be a number of rather startling new developments, including something that has to do with keys. So from 50 years ago, when Don said, not going there, we've basically come full circle around to instruments that will be featuring keyboards, and in fact, not just any keyboard, but a new keyboard designed by Don that's a patented keyboard. We're telling you very little about it at the show. We can say, though, that it literally is the next generation of what you, as players, consider to be an expressive musical keyboard. It adds functionality that puts remarkable capabilities in the hands of musicians that they've never before had with any type of MIDI controller or keyboard control instrument. So Don, thanks after 50 years for finally agreeing to put a keyboard on one of your instruments that we can all get behind. So anyway, that's really the basic thing. New company, Buchla Electronic Musical Instruments. Don's the Chief Technology Officer. New owners, new management, as it were. And we're basically going to have some fun over the next few years. Not reintroducing Buchla, but introducing Buchla to a whole generation of musicians and players who've never had the pleasure of dealing with these powerful instruments before.